I have to say, the sharing that I did on Tuesday, where we understood more deeply what acknowledgement was about, the acknowledging in the context of this human vibe attunement. And it was very powerful. I mean, just the understanding that as a result of acknowledgement, we literally remove any negative hold, any other misconstrued perceptions that we may have about anything. By simply acknowledging it, it disappears. And the interesting thing is combining it with the flowing with flow energies. If there is something that you're not comfortable with, just by acknowledging it, it actually moves out of your space. So it was quite powerful working with acknowledgement. So do listen to it again and see if you can apply that acknowledgement approach to other things in your life that you wish to actually clear away, because it may not be something that is available to us all the time, but certainly this year with the flowing current, we can work with it and we can utilize the power of the flowing current by removing all sorts of stuff that we don't wish to have in our field, simply by acknowledging it's there and also acknowledging that it's done its job and we don't need it anymore. We are releasing it to be released. It will literally flow out of your field and away from you. So have a go with that. Today's session is, again, it's about understanding more deeply the next nuance of beyond meditation. And the nuance that we are going to work on today is the second aspect of the declaration of the human vibe attunement. The first is the acknowledgement. I acknowledge myself as a human. In this second one, I receive myself as a human. So we'll first look at receiving. And what is it that wishes to be communicated about the power of receiving? And then we will link it to, I receive myself as a human, from the human perspective and the soul perspective. And then we will bring it all together by anchoring ourselves in the human vibe attunement. So receiving. Receiving is a direct consequence of allowing. And what allowing does is it gets us to get to know each other. Each other, I mean our higher self and our human body, the soul being and this human form, such that we bring in the frequency of trust. And trust is always the foundation of allowing. If the trust is not there, we do not allow. The trust foundation it's an anchoring frequency. It anchors in place. So by bringing in the allowing vibe, we anchor the trust frequency. When you anchor the trust frequency, you literally get uplifted. It's as if you were burdened as being the only person doing things, to realizing that you are now uplifted because you have allowed other collaborators to come in. And this in itself may not have been that relevant in the past. It is very relevant now because of the innate energies of the planet, which are all about collaborative co-creation of coexistence. It is a dance of trust. Collaborative co-creation of coexistence. And it is like a trust tango. Quite sensual, quite alive, quite passionate. lyrical and flowing where it's needed to be, very graceful, where the yin and the yang truly come together in their fullness. This is the time for the trust tango. It literally was designed for this time on our planet. And it's the allowing that opens up to a beautiful dance floor where the trust tango can play out. And it's the tango of trust between the human form and the soul presence. And that is, it's like, and that is what results in the vibe of receiving. I receive myself as a human. If you've seen and enjoyed really great tango dancers, each one is strong and powerful in their own right. It's not flim-flam, it's not flimsy. It's very structured. One leads, the other follows, and they switch the following and leading. There is a context to it, and there is a structure to it, but it is not rigid. There is still a fluidity to it, where each one, by being present to what they are about, they presence themselves to the presence of the dancer. I remember in London when my partner and we decided to learn Latin dancing on Sundays. So we would go for a walk in Hampstead Heath and come back and go and do this dancing by someone who was one of the choreographers of, I think it's Come Dancing or something on the TV show. And this guy, he was a Filipino dancer, it's absolutely amazing teacher. And he said, okay, we're going to do the tango. And he said, I'm going to demonstrate it with me. And okay, I have been an Indian classical dancer. Doesn't mean I know how to do the tango. But this guy made me look like a pro. And all he said to me was, just be you. Just be you. You're just amazing. You just be you. And let me lead. And then when I tug, you lead. And it will all come. I did not believe him, and it was amazing. We didn't have the iPhones that took videos at the time. If we did, that would be one of those videos to treasure. But I saw when I was engaging with this whole second part of the Human Vibe Attunement declaration, the receiving part, I saw that this is what is going on here. And when we apply it as a Human Vibe Attunement chant, a declaration, so there's a Human Vibe Attunement declaration, we have the human form standing strong. Why did we not begin with receiving? We began with acknowledging, because acknowledgement presences. It already presences us as in the innate vibe of love. I acknowledge myself as a human, which is the innate vibration of love. Then which is an amplifying frequency. Then we go into receiving. I receive myself as a human. We bring in the trust frequency, which is an anchoring frequency. And in its anchoring, it allows infinite amplification and expansion to take place. Otherwise, you could just become very euphoric and it would feel ecstatic, but it won't get you grounded. So the receiving part is all about the trust tango that results. It's a tango of trust between the parties that are receiving. So for example, if I say, I receive, your care, that you care about me, I'm bringing in trust between us. And I'm allowing the other person to actually give even more because they know they are being received, but they know that they are allowed to. And as we receive, we are then open to receive, to allowing even more to come to us. And then we receive and we open ourselves up to allowing more to come to us. So this is a very important aspect of amplifying anything. Receiving is. So I know that some of you here in this group are a part of a group that has been working with me since 2015, where we have been working through the different years of bringing about planetary transformations. And we did a body of work where we literally put the earth in the center of our healing constellation, and we designed our new world into being in the form of vibrational frequencies. We literally took different systems, different structures, different infrastructures, different policies, different conversations that were going on. And each one of us declared whatever was coming through us to be as a blessing to our planet. And this lasted many weeks last year during the Corona times. And at the end of each one's sharing, I would say, and then we started saying it to each other, I acknowledge what you have just shared. I receive what you've just shared. I accept what you've just shared. So really what we were doing was in the receiving part, by acknowledging we were anchoring its presence, by receiving we were actually really deepening the roots of the presence of this new vision for our new world. And that is what happens when we apply receiving to the human vibe. So as we say it, the human form acknowledges itself as a human. It acknowledges itself as the deliverer of this vibrational frequency of love, which is an amplification frequency. It receives itself as a human. It trusts its own capability and ability to be, and therefore allows itself to be the vessel of amplification of this vibrational frequency of love. I accept myself as a human. We will talk more about that next week. Now let's look at it from a soul perspective. When the soul steps in, acknowledges itself as a human, that doesn't get anchored at that point. From the soul's perspective, the anchoring happens when the soul goes as far as saying, I receive myself as a human. So it is now allowing itself to be expressed through this human form, receiving itself as the vibrational frequency of love. When a soul receives itself as a vibrational frequency of love, it is applying its limitlessness. It's applying its eternalness. It's applying its prowess of indestructibility. So the trust frequency that is anchoring the human vibe attunement literally percolates the combination of what now God created. So it percolates the amplifying frequency of love combined with trust, combined with the eternal, limitless nature that has been infused into it by the soul receiving itself as a human. And the indestructible qualities that it now embodies. So, as the receiving part allows for the roots to go deeper into the earth, it also expands itself to be as high and wide as our presence is able to be. And when the two together, the human form and the soul presence come together, the two of them come together, acknowledging themselves as a human, receiving themselves as a human, accepting themselves as a human, you find two professionals engaged in an exquisite, enthralling tango that is amplifying the love frequency in our field and through our field holographically across the planet. And hence that very deep state of rest that you can get into, deep state of restfulness. Initially, when you are doing the human vibe attunement, you can find yourself just going to sleep. My voice starts the process and you've gone to sleep. You don't even remember saying any of the chants. It doesn't matter that you go in that space, because at a cellular level, the communication is taking place. And then as you become more and more attuned with this, you are then able to stay awake and choose when you wish to sleep. Like I do when I take my long haul flights now, or even the short haul flights. I choose to allow myself to go into a deep trance-like rest, or if I'm doing some other planetary work, which is easier to spread across the planet, when I'm in a conscious state of mind above 34,000 feet, then I do the human vibe attunement just to get into that pure experience of that tango, the enthralling tango experience. And it's amazing. It's a tango with trust and love, a tango between the human form and the soul presence. Amplification and anchoring. And just in the way this is occurring, it literally is bringing about a perfect yin and yang coming together of that very known symbol of the perfect masculine feminine balance of the yin and the yang. That's what comes about. So let's begin. Let's now engage with receiving. And what you have just heard, as we do the human vibe attunement, you will get into that experience of receiving. And then when we end the human vibe attunement by anchoring it for humans and humanity, you are bringing about a very deep-seated set of laying down the roots, enabling an infinite, limitless, expansive amplification. And each one of us, in doing this today, we connect to the holographic presence of our presence. So get yourself to be comfortable. Your feet are on the ground. Your arms are dropped on either side of you. Your palms are facing forward. Your fingers are just lightly stretched. And imagine the middle of your feet are connected to the core of the earth. The tips of your fingers are connected to the core of the earth. The base of your spine is connected to the core of the earth. The connection is with this amazing cord. We are still working with the alloy of gold, silver, copper, and bronze. Gold nourishes our nervous system and our brain cells. And in doing so, it automatically cleans out the space in between the brain lobes. Silver is antiviral, antibacterial, antifungal. And it literally is zapping those creatures in our field, in our body, including the nanomicrobes. Copper, in this instant, it too is anti-inflammatory. In this instant, it is balancing out the mineral composition. You can lift your hands, put them on top of your thighs. Your palms are facing upwards. Bronze is now connecting the divinity of you. And in doing so, when you show up with people, you are presencing the connection between your divinity with their divinity. Just by making this connection to this cord, your body and your cells are already in tune with the clearing and the release that begins. Some of you may be feeling as if your sinuses are melting. It's a very strong, like a heat wave that is running through your body. I guess the passion and the fire of a tango. It's quite beautiful. There's a huge amount of energy that is flowing through your body right now, through your meridians, as well as your chakras. And with a particular concentration that I'm seeing in your gums, in your teeth. And it's as if there's a wave that is just of energetic wave that is coming from this clearing cord and spreading across every root of each tooth in your mouth. Even if the teeth have been taken out, the energy of each tooth is intact. So that piece is being worked on as I speak, so that the clearing can take place. Since receiving, when you engage with this, you enter the realm of allowing, clearing out any debris or any energies that no longer serve is important. I'm now opening up a doorway that allows for this cord, and it's a powerful, somewhat mystical and magical and miraculous clearing and cleaning abilities. I'm opening up the doorway through our nadi channels. There are 62,000 of these that terminate in the mouth. So that's our entryway, going all the way to these powerful channels through which life force moves. And we're going all the way through. And having done this clearing, we will start the process of the human vibe attunement. And when you start making the declaration, you experience the experience of receiving. We're going to begin with the 946 breath, which aligns your mind, your heart, and your gut. It aligns your survival instinct, your presence, and your thriving instinct. So we will do this by doing a breath. You will breathe in to the count of 9, hold to the count of 4, breathe out to the count of 6. So let's begin. Breathe into the count of 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Your mind, your heart, and your gut are completely in tune. And in what we are focusing on today, we are also bringing about a tango of trust between the mind, the heart, and the gut. Survival, presence, and thriving. Take a deep breath in, breathing in where your breath is going up in the middle of your eyebrows, through the pineal gland, the top of the head, the back of the head, back of your neck, down your shoulders, underneath your lymphatic nodes, underneath your breastbone, into your heart. And you're breathing out from your heart. Breathe in. Breathe in love, kindness, and compassion into your heart. And breathe out gratitude and peace. You're following the trajectory of the track that I created, which is breathing in through up your nose, through your pineal, top of your crown, the back of your head, down your neck, onto the lymph nodes under your armpits, underneath the breastbones, breathing out from your heart. Deep breath in, breathing in love, kindness, and compassion. From your nose into your pineal, top of the crown, the back of the head, the back of your neck, down your armpits, underneath the breasts, breathing out through the heart. We are working very closely with the endocrine system here, as well as your lymphatic system. The endocrine is directly impacted when there is a breakdown of trust. Any emotional distress that results in a breakdown in trust affects the endocrine. It also brings about a shock to the lymph nodes, and the lymphatic system gets blocked. So we are just connecting to those areas so that when we do the Human Vibe Attunement Declaration, those areas are already prepared and ready. Just take a deep breath in, into your heart, breathing in love, kindness, and compassion, breathing out gratitude and peace. Breathing in love, kindness, and compassion, breathing out gratitude and peace. Breathing in love, kindness, and compassion, breathing out gratitude and peace. Breathe in love, kindness, and compassion. Breathe out gratitude and peace. This last breath in this way, and then you will repeat after me. Breathe in love, kindness, and compassion. Breathe out gratitude and peace. And as you're going to repeat after me, you will notice a whole variety of colors. So when you give me your completion words, please also share the colors that you might have seen. You might see from orange, red, gold, whatever colors. Fluorescence, muted, deep black, whatever you see, do share them in your closing words. Repeat after me. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. Feel the vibe of receiving. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. Allow allow any tingling feeling that you feel. In this acknowledgement, it's a very powerful activation of your DNAs that is taking place. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I'm just releasing a wave of colors, and each one of you will receive the different ones depending on what your need is. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. Breathe in 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take your left hand over your heart. Take your right hand over your solar plexus. Just a very deep breath into your solar plexus. This is a breath that is filled with love, kindness, and compassion. And as you breathe out, it's breathing out gratitude and peace. So breathe in love, kindness, and compassion. And breathe out gratitude and peace. Breathe in love, kindness, and compassion. Breathe out gratitude and peace. Take your hands in front of your heart, rub them against each other, put them over your eyes, open your eyes in them, take them on top of the head, the back of the head, down your neck, down your shoulders, and just do an energy sweep. Please go ahead and share your closing word or a closing sentence. I want to say a little bit about the ninth or the eighth pearl of wisdom. Is it the ninth pearl of wisdom? Ninth pearl of wisdom. We're going to do the session at 5:30 Pacific time this evening. And this pearl of wisdom is about care. And I know some of you have done the work with me on the energy of money, the money mindset work. And there I talk about money as a gift from our Creator, given into the hands of humans to make this planet a place of pure love and joy. Care is a very important aspect of that. It's a very important frequency that creates flow in a regenerative way. So this pearl of wisdom on care addresses issues such as careful, carelessness, full of care, careful as in cautious careful, and just elaborates in quite a beautiful, exquisite way what care actually stands for. Just really, when I delved into it, I was like wrapped in layers and layers and layers of these beautiful, warm, quilted blanket of ok-ness, or blankets of ok-ness, when I dive deep into care. So I really look forward to sharing that. So it's the same Zoom link, log in. It's 5:30 p.m. Pacific time. So do your own conversions about that. So that's one piece. The other piece I am very excited to announce is that we finally have a journey into miracles for Europeans and Indians, because the Europeans were never able to join. The timings used to be so difficult. So if it is something that you are curious and want to be part of, just message me privately. That would be the best thing to do. I'm happy to share more information on it. And yes, we do have payment plans, and all of that is there to make it available to as many people as possible. We only allow 10 people in the journeys, no more than that. So just be aware of that. I look forward to sharing it with those of you who are curious and interested. And of course, there are several journeyers here who can tell you all about their experience. We are also working on the schedule for another one in the US. There are several of you who have reached out. Looking forward to seeing you later this evening. And let's anchor all of these amazing words. Samadhi, indeed. It's pretty amazing. Deep opalescence, peace. Yes, Jennifer, beautiful. Saffron warmth. Deep opalescent peace again. Rich violet, fiery orange, present to coherence. Wow. That's a self-actualization color just on. There's so much more for you to look at in there. Deep gratitude, bliss, and gold. Whoa, we are anchoring all of these colors as well. Deep opalescence, peace, and bright orange, joyful balloon. Yes, gratitude, all love, lightness of being, and color. Flowing spaciousness, gold, green, rose, pink. There's so much to talk about these colors. Maybe I'll do a recording into the WhatsApp group about these. The sequence with which you have shared it also has a meaning. Receive, 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 deep gratitude. Indeed. Thank you. Dancing with love. Beautiful Kathleen. Deep peace amplified by the selenite alchemy bowl. Aha. Thank you. That's the bowl. No, that's not the bowl that I have. It's beautiful. Thank you. Receiving gold and luminous. Thank you, Mary. Deep and peaceful space to rest in. Wonderful. Meta gold looks like what Janice has said. Rainbows and beautiful deep radiance purple, radiant purple, magenta to mauve, gold, yellow, light with fringes of light, orange, and a background of lots of light, smoky, black at the start. Thank you, Sarah. What an amazing vision that you've created. It's like a painting. Maybe I'll take those colors and paint, you know. I'm looking for an artist studio here in Dubai right now so I can go and paint. So powerful today. It takes two to tango. True, the human and the soul. Had many smiles today in purples and greens. Lovely. They are your colors too, Lee. Melting and into emerald green. Beautiful, usually immense. Thank you, Janice. I can feel the vibration of what you've said. Tranquility, flow, balance. Thank you, Sarah. The journey into miracles is, thank you, Dea. I know you did the real deal in Bali, or a different deal in Bali. It's very different and online, but it's equally powerful. Blue and green, serenity, flow, pure sweetness, dancing with love, in purple and blue light, serenity, beautiful, peaceful. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And see you in a few hours for those of you who will join us. Thank you.